Good morning. As you can see, you caught me in the middle of making my pre-workout, and the audition is finished, and I have to say it went pretty well. Give me a second, gotta grab my creatine. I had a lot of fun with it. The gentlemen that I auditioned with were very friendly and very nice, very laid back, so that's always a plus side to have, that the people you're auditioning for are kind people and also willing to work with you as they give you the insight as to what the project is going to be. So that was a lot of fun. And today I'm feeling a lot more mobile, so that's good. Not feeling as exhausted. I think that is because I straight up just got a lot of rest today. And got to play a little bit of Nightmare Reaper before the audition, so that was fun. Love that game. It's such a good game, even though it would be a great game to 100%, but the 100% is very grindy. So this might just be I play it, beat it, go on to my next game, which is okay sometimes, and maybe I'll come back to it every now and again and clean up that platinum trophy. But my pre-workout is ready. I'm going to get in my car. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to train legs. And the reason I want to train legs so much now is that I was watching this video of the Arnold Classic, and Arnold was talking about how he believed that a lot of men's physique competitors had weak legs. Now, I don't necessarily want to go for, like, I would love to have the strongest legs in the world, but that's not really the ultimate end goal of this. I want legs that look strong and powerful, and as strong as that my body can handle without risking any potential damage from what a lot of strong men and powerlifters have to do to get the strength in their legs. If I can get to as strong as a powerlifter and strongman with my legs, you know what? I'll happily take it. That'd be awesome. But for right now, I'm just making sure my legs are well built, well defined, well mobile specifically. That's why I'm doing a lot of split drills, that's why I'm doing a lot of mobility drills. And that's why when you see me practicing my leg workouts, they're more so very mobile related and not necessarily strength related. Like, obviously, I'm doing a lot of squats lately, but a lot of the drills are mobility drills, not just strength drills, because I want to be able to make sure my body's always functioning, because the thing about bodybuilding is it shouldn't be just about making your body look huge. It should be about making your body healthy. And I think that's something that a lot of bodybuilding is missing. And I know once I get on the stage for the men's physique competition, it's going to be much different because, you know, it's going to be some dehydration, a lot of fat loss, things like that. And speaking of that, I'm going to finally start taking that fat loss stuff very seriously. I'm not obviously putting on a lot of fat, but I'm not as lean as I think I should be right now. So it's time to start getting straight with that, and I'm going to do it. But anyways, I'm going to catch you guys at the gym. I'm going to start off with some cardio, then we're going to get these legs busted or blasted or pumped or whatever. What? We're right at the gym. There's no car inner monologues. We're just already there. Yeah, today I really didn't feel like sitting in the car and talking about things and wasting time. I really wanted to get to the gym, chug my pre-workout, and then just start working because I really wanted to stay focused. I didn't want to get to the gym, sit in the parking lot, lose some energy, and then force myself in there. Now, of course, there are times, and a lot of times actually, where sitting in the car and kind of letting myself reflect and letting my pre-workout actually kick in is beneficial. But today, I just felt as though I really needed to chug that pre-workout, get in the gym, get on the cardio, and immediately start training. And I think that's what led to great results because my leg workout was awesome. I didn't do too much. Like I said, most of my leg workouts now are a fusion of developing conditioning as well as mobility. Here I'm doing some calf raises because I don't want to be team no calves, but we're already on to the mobility drills. This one I'm actually going to work on a little bit more because I like it a lot, but my balance with it is kind of not where I want it to be. So this one's going to get worked on and improved. But outside of that, I think once I learn how to get more disciplined with not just sitting in my car for overextended periods of time, which is what I tend to do even after I drink my pre workout, and that's something I was working to avoid today and working to improve on. Well, there'll be times where I'll drink the pre workout, I'll be still be sitting in my car for an additional 20 minutes. Now, of course, a lot of this comes down to if it's a day off or not, because if I have to work that day, then I don't have time to sit in the car and reflect on life and things like that. I have to just get into the gym and start training immediately. The more time is wasted, the less results are going to be had. And I think just hopping right into the gym was a great idea. And my leg pump was awesome today. I think I'm going to start doing the good girl, bad girl workouts because I get a really good pump on those. I haven't done those in a while, but I liked them a lot. I kind of been avoiding them a little bit. No real reason. I just been focusing on squats and things like that so much that I didn't really feel it necessary. But like I said, if I want to get legs to where if I do a men's physique competition, or as I'm doing a men's physique competition, that even Arnold would say that my legs are stellar, then I'm going to have to do certain workouts that I don't do that often. Like I said, though, a lot of these drills, a lot of these workouts, outside of the machines, obviously, but a lot of my workouts are for mobility, they're for strength, and they're for the aesthetics as well. And I really, really want to focus on mobility overall in my legs because I think in the long run, that's what I wanted to have the most. And overall, today was just a great workout. Can you guys believe I almost forgot to do a wrap up gym video? No, truly. Like, I left the gym, didn't record anything in the car, went to the bank, came home. Now I'm making my post workout snack. I can't believe I almost forgot to make a final wrap up video, at least for the workout, because I'm going to record a little bit tonight. Tonight is acting classes. Whether or not I record in the acting class is a different conversation. But acting classes is tonight, or open studio is tonight, and maybe I'll have a little bit of discussion of what I worked on there, and if I can get some footage of me practicing, that would be awesome. But I think they're having a speaker in tonight, so I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do that. But either way, if I learn something cool from the speaker, I'll talk about it and obviously write it down in my notebook. Outside of that, though, the leg workout was a lot of fun. I didn't go too heavy when it came to the mobility drills today. I feel my splits are opening up much more, though. I was practicing them a little bit. I didn't record that. But I opened it up with 15 minutes of cardio, as you have to. Started doing more squats, and I even did the one-legged calf curl or hamstring curl. I never really do those. I normally do the dual one because it just to save time. But I got a good pump in with that, so I didn't hate doing it. Not sure if I'll do that one again. Probably just stick to the dual, the one that I can do both legs on like that. And my calves feel really pumped right now too, so that's awesome. But like I said, though, when it comes to legs, I'm focusing more on mobility and aesthetics than just pure raw strength, because pure raw strength can lead to injury, and that's what I'm trying to avoid if I can. It was fun, though. I had a lot of fun doing it. And tomorrow, if I do train, it's probably going to be core day, but I normally use Saturdays as my rest day, so I'm going to do that. And then Sunday, maybe I'll do my core training, so that way I can get my abs a little bit more defined. Like I said, I'm focusing more on actually eating the proper stuff as opposed to just getting more cardio in, so that way the lean is actually going to come through and I don't have to look in the mirror and be like, oh, I got to practice more. I started to start taking that even more seriously than I was already. I was looking up these recipes for fun, healthy stuff, and I don't think they're as healthy as they claim to be, but that's my fault for not even doing more research on that. However, I got this snack to eat. This one is actually healthy because there's not a lot of sugar, not a lot of fat. And I'm gonna have fun snacking on it. Might put it on a rice cake just so that way I can get my carbs in too. Then I'm gonna put my shoes on, head to Open Studio, and do some acting training. I'll catch you guys later. I cannot stress enough how long they have been working on this one specific highway, and it doesn't even look like they're even remotely close to being done. I'm pretty sure this started back in like 2022, and there was road work on it even earlier that lasted like 3/4 of a decade, if I remember correctly. They do not take care of the roads here at all, and when they do start taking care of them, it takes them forever to get it done. And now I understand it can take a while to get a lot of stuff like this finished, but the fact that it takes them so long to start it to begin with is what drives me insane. And this is just part of it. There's going to be a little bit ahead where the road is genuinely not even touched, and it looks like a freaking inadvertent speed bump where it's like it's nature's speed bump essentially. And it is insane that they it just stops. It's insane how much they don't take care of these roads at all. And when they do, it takes an insane amount of time. And I do love and respect the construction workers. I really do. Here we are. This is the spot. Look how bad this is. This is a fiasco. This is a disaster. There's no excuse for that. Something like that should have been taken care of years ago. And I've been driving on this road back and forth to get to class for over like a decade, for nearly a decade now. So there is really no excuse for them to have roads that are this bad. I don't get it. I don't know why they're this like incompetent when it comes to managing and dealing with roads. Maybe we need more adopted highways. I don't know. So I'm listening to the band CKY, Philly represented band, and I'm driving into Philly right now for acting classes. And hello, Brandon. I know that's your favorite band, so I figured I'd give you a shout out here. Brandon of Jerks Productions. Very good director. But I was listening to 96 Quite Bitter Beings right now as it's on my shuffle. Made me think of him, making me think of some bands that represent this area. But if you ever are driving into Philly, just know that if you're ever stuck on this little section, this is calm for now, but more often than not, this little area is very traffic heavy and busy. Just a heads up. And we are on our way home from acting class. Now, I couldn't record anything today, not because they weren't going to let me. It was more the case of they were also doing modeling practice, and there was a lot of copyrighted music, and I mean a lot of that playing in the background. So I didn't want to risk it being an issue with YouTube and things like that. So there's just me talking about it a little bit. It was fun. It was very fun. I got to interact with a casting director today. She was very nice. Did a practice commercial with her. She gave me some advice on commercial acting and things like that, so that was cool. Added that to my notes. And then they gave me a cold monologue for class. That was fun. The teacher liked it. She obviously knew it was cold, and if I'm going to keep doing it, I'm just going to have to work on it more. She liked the little interactions I was going to have with the room we had. Use the room, as it's sometimes called. So that was fun. I liked getting cold monologues, especially funnier ones, because they let me be more eccentric and weird as opposed to just being overly dramatic and things like that. Even though I do love drama monologues too, because a lot of acting is just straight up being dramatic. But I gotta get home and get some food, because outside of that protein yogurt, I haven't eaten much today. So I'll catch you guys when I'm home, and we'll have our end of day discussion. I'm home, and I am gonna make some supper. But what am I gonna make for supper? Well, I actually ran to Walmart on my way home, and I was really hungry, so I got a small snack. I bought some apples and a small thing of anchovies, which are one of my favorite snack foods. But probably gonna make some ground chicken, nothing too crazy, just something simple. And I snuck, if you don't know what this is, a little thing of peanut butter M&Ms because, like I said, I was really hungry and I haven't eaten yet today. But don't worry, I'm adding. That's going to count towards the calories. I'm not doing kind of what Rich Piana did. He said it's such a small snack that he doesn't count it. No, I'm going to count it. So everything from here on out is going to be equated with that. Thankfully, it wasn't many calories, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I also got a kombucha. I also have a can of diced ham. This isn't for tonight. This is for if I'm in a pinch and need something quick to eat. That's why I got this. New tub of peanut butter. Actually, this was the lowest calorie version of it. So I was happy to grab that. And if I want to make tacos again, carb balanced tortillas only 60 calories each, which is not bad for the size of these tortillas. Now, when it comes to the acting classes today and just my thoughts on today in general, I had fun. Oh, did I mention I got a kombucha? I got a kombucha. I had fun with the acting class, even though it wasn't a complete one, even though a lot of it was just interacting with the casting director, seeing what she had to say about the industry and things like that. It was cool, and I appreciated it a lot. She gave me a little bit of information for my notebook, which I'm always appreciative of. And as you know, it's a nonstop grind, even though with yesterday feeling the burnout, that's okay. That's going to happen every now and again. And I'm not going to let that stop me, especially with arms this big. But I am very excited to continue on this journey. Excited to see myself getting even more lean now that I am genuinely taking the diet portion of this much more seriously. And like I said, I don't want to just have this be a situation of I am relying on the cardio to make up for the fat loss. This has to be diet discipline as well. Sure, there may be ways where I can make the food in a fun way and still get a lot of taste out of it. Because I don't want to do crash diets either, because those really suck and they tend to make people revert right back to where they were before. But as long as I can keep my taste buds somewhat healthy or happy and keep myself overall healthy, trim the fat by the time the competition comes up, I believe I'm going to be more than ready for it. I'm also practicing posing in the mirrors. Can't really see it in this angle, but it's going to be a year. And as far as I'm concerned, the year just started, even though I think we're already a quarter through the year. Or maybe the quarter of the year is in May. I'm really not sure, but we're still working, we're still grinding. And honestly, I'm really craving these apples right now. Like, you have no idea. Craving those apples, craving that kombucha. And oddly enough, I think I'm craving this diced ham, but this isn't on the menu today. Anyway, I got supper to make. I got relaxation to do, because this is one of the few times a day where I get to relax. But I can't relax right yet because I have my mobility drill still to get done. Shoot. But that's no big deal, because mobility drills are part of the process. You gotta trust the process. Anyways, I'm gonna call for the night. I'm gonna cook my dinner, I'm gonna eat it, do my drills, and then I'm gonna relax for a little bit before going to bed. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Peace.